Hey guys, what's going on? So I want to let you know the twerk video is coming today. Whoa. Don't get too excited all at once. It will be a little bit later. This is my first upload for the day, and then tomorrow I think I'll have the Sims Hunger Games up, as well as a variety of other Let's Plays. But for today, I couldn't hold in my excitement. It's kind of like gaming, new next-gen gaming news, but it also relates to Warframe. So, free-to-play games are coming to PS4. And the reason I'm excited for this is that it's good titles from the PC. So we have Warframe coming to PS4. We have PlanetSide 2 coming to PS4. I'm not sure about Xbox One yet. As far as I can tell, only PS4. If you're going to look at consoles, and I'm not trying to start a console war, PlayStation tends to cater towards more intense gamers. And it could be why. It could be why the free-to-play is going there. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm excited. And I had a lot of people I mentioned free-to-play gaming. Me and Mr. I Tryhard talked about it in the last Would You Rather? Maybe the one before that. We talked about it a little bit. And I had a few people ask me, like, do you prefer free-to-play gaming? And honestly, the past year, I've been so hoping that so many multiplayer games would switch to free-to-play. And it's not that I'm like annoyed that I have to spend money to play certain games. It's not that. It's that I actually really like free-to-play gaming. Like it's sometimes you buy a game and you just don't like it. And then it sucks because then you've spent your money and yeah, you can sell it, but it becomes kind of like a worry or annoyance to you. And free-to-play gaming is nice in the way that, you can just test it out and you haven't bought it. Like, you lose nothing except maybe a little bit of time when you try out a new free-to-play game. Like, there's nothing to lose there. Whereas if you buy the game or you pay to play, you're paying for something you might not use. Like say you're buying a subscription to one big MMO and you buy it for the year or whatever, there's no guarantee you're going to use it every month. Maybe you get busy, maybe you get hit by a train and you're in a coma for a while, and it's kind of a waste. Not that I'm saying you're going to get hit by a train and going to be in a coma and that's any sort of good excuse, but whatever. It's a point I wanted to make is that at least with free to play, like you I don't want to say, oh, that guy's seizuring. Holy crap. I hope he's all right. I don't think he is. He's having a bad day. The dust gods took him. Good. He was really suffering. But anyways, like there's just nothing to lose on free to play games, and that's why I'm kind of excited that they're coming to well, at least I was going to say consoles, but they're only coming to PS4. Well, for my PS4 people, this is exciting. I can't tell you how much time I put into free-to-play games on PC. And more lately, I feel like they've been getting a lot better. And, of course, some people would be like, oh, no, free-to-play is horrible, man. And usually the excuse about free-to-play that people don't like is the fact that there's microtransactions. And so if you wanted to know how free-to-play games make their money, because obviously, they're not just putting a game out there for like, oh, shits and giggles, oh, let's just put a game out there not to make any money off of it and make it, you don't want to spend all this money on a game and make no money from it. But free-to-play games actually do extremely well, and there's a big reason for it. So long as they're, a good game and people enjoy it and they build an audience, there's microtransactions in which, like, you can buy an upgraded weapon, you can upgrade your character, maybe special abilities, and it kind of allows you to sometimes level up a bit faster than you would if you were just grinding out for all of those different things. Like, if you were grinding for a gun, you just have to put all the time into that. Whereas sometimes with microtransactions, you can just buy something and you don't have to do the work for it. And so a lot of people sometimes have problems with that. They think, oh, well, we're giving the casual gamers an unfair advantage. Like, I actually had to work for this and play the game, and now they just can, waltz on in there with their money and buy it. And I don't have a problem with that. As someone who used to work a lot, like when I worked at Subway, I just did not have time to level up. I was mainly playing Final Fantasy and I don't know, Call of Duty at that time. I don't know. I was trying to think of which Call of Duty. I couldn't. World at War. there you go. I was playing those, and I just didn't have the time to level up. Like, I could put like maybe an hour or 2 hours into those games at once, and I also had school. And it was hard to find time to game, and it sucked. Like, oh man, I've been playing this for a week, and I've only really I'm only level 10. Holy crap, this sucks. And it was because I just didn't have the time to put into it. So even though I, had the game for a week, I've only really had like an hour to play at a time, and it was so hard to level up. And so I kind of like that free to play gives that option. Now, do I buy things on free to play? I haven't yet. And I know a lot of people are like, I'll never buy something on free to play. I'm just going to grind it out, save myself some money. And a lot of people always end up spending a ton of money on free to play. But that's up to you and your willpower. I don't have a problem saying no to things. But some people just can't. They're like, oh my God, look at this skin on League of Legends. I'll die if I don't have it. And then, they spend a whole bunch of money. But I got no problem saying no, like I said. And that's actually a good thing about free-to-play gaming is that there's you're constantly getting new guns, new abilities. Maybe if it's a game without guns, you get new powers, whatever, the game is about. You're constantly getting new additions because obviously they want to sell more microtransactions. So they're always working hard on adding new stuff to the game. And it tends to keep free-to-play games fresh for a really long time. And that's another thing that I really like, and I would love if so many other big games just decided to do the free-to-play model, because I think there's a big reason that free-to-play gaming is hot right now. I mean, it's trending in the gaming industry, and I think it's because kind of a lot of hardcore gamers are just sick of DLC. They're sick of being fed this crap that, they have to absolutely 100% buy. Like, there's no way you can grind out for a DLC and get it. Whereas free-to-play gives you that option. And not only do they give you that option but they tend to separate things. So with a DLC pack, you get a whole bunch of shit that you might not want. You might want one part of that DLC, and you have to buy everything else just to get that one small part, and you're just wasting your money. And with free to play, you just buy what you want. Like I see that they tend to separate it a lot better than like a DLC pack where you have to get everything that you may not want. And I don't know. And that again is dependent on how you are as a gamer. Maybe some of you really love DLC and you like every little part of them. But like I said, I prefer if they would be separated and cheaper. Like, a lot of you play Call of Duty. If like a map would be separate from the DLC and I could just buy one map that I might want and then not buy the others, that would be kind of cool. And like, I would just love it if a lot of these games that are doing DLC now and are buy to play, I would love if they decided to go with the free to play model, because then it's not like, all right, again, Call of Duty as an example, they're making a new Call of Duty every year. Why not just take one of the Call of Duties, just one of them, and just, continue to work on that, continue to add on to that, and just keep, improving the game. And you don't have to make a whole nother game. I mean, I really enjoy games that I get to know and they add on to them. Like The Sims is a good example. You start off with one base Sims game, and then there's so many expansions that improve that game. And then, again, what would make those games better, in my opinion, and better for all gamers, is make them free-to-play. Because, one, you get a huge... free-to-play offers everyone the chance to play. And I think that's what's so good about it, is that, there's so many people who just don't have money for games right now. They just don't. And if you offer them free to play and cheaper microtransactions, they're going to spend the money. Like, maybe you don't have $60 for a game, but you might have $5 and you can, make your gaming experience maybe a little more exciting down the line if you decide you want to. And that's what I like about free to play. It's, man, why won't everyone just be free to play? All right, let me know in the comment section below. Like, I want your thoughts on this too. Would all of you prefer free-to-play gaming opposed to buying the game and then, consequently buying whatever DLC came out? Or in the case of other games, some have a subscription model where, you need to pay maybe $10 a month to play. What do you prefer? There's things I look for. Mainly, the first thing is a good game that I enjoy. Good gameplay. I have fun playing it. It keeps me interested. And I found that, every time I open up, Warframe, or I open up League of Legends, there's always an update going. I know that they're constantly updating the game, and that keeps it really fresh to me because, good games keep you involved for a long time. They do. And that's something that I've noticed that free-to-play does really, really well. And other games sometimes kind of slack on. And even mobile gaming is really, free-to-play. A lot of Facebook games. And I know you guys are cringing. You're like, Facebook games? Really, Kelly? Really? But look at those Facebook games. They're really successful because they're free, and then you have the hardcore people or the people who just may not have the time to grind for certain things can buy them. And that's why they're so popular, because they're giving the poor guys a chance. They're giving the hardcore gamers a chance. They're giving the casual gamers a chance. Everyone gets a chance on free to play, and that's something I appreciate about it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and Would You Rather will be in a couple hours.